I'm always ready to be associated with any trust bank activity in this country. I'll just give you some few examples. I was here 5 years. In fact, prior to my 5 years, I was here 3 years as head of the I unit responsible for North Bank and Lower River region. I know to go even to Kerawan normally take me 3 hours. I have to drive myself 3 hours, then I'll go into theater for 4 hours, then drive back 3 hours and come. That just shows you how bad the road was that time. But Trust Bank was here. So I think that's something that everybody has to know. There was a time there was no rural electrification in this region. We had only one generator. I remember one night the generator had a problem, and then it was at night, and we must put light in the hospital. Trust Bank had a generator that had the part, but it was not in use. So I have to rush there and took the part, come and fix it without any hitch, just to show you how committed they were. And it was afterwards that we have to do the formalities. The other thing is, when this hospital was built, the idea was based on the catchment area of Farafenye. But we realized that the demand for services became more than what the government projected. So that ran us to overdraft. But Trust Bank was there to have the understanding and provided this overdraft. But what is most important to know, what I couldn't settle in 5 years, again, Dr. Cham and his team did in 1 year. Thank you very much. I have to thank you for putting a clean sheet in the management of this hospital. I remember there was a Christmas that coincided with Tobaski. We had, just 1 week before, they said hospitals should provide salaries for their staff. So it was this hospital, Suleiman Junkung, Bansang, and Edward, then RVTH, Edward Francis. So we have to rush to Banjul. Even the application for the overdraft was done at Trust Bank. I used the Bajang's office to do this thing. It was there and then approved. And then we have our salary at 1/6 to come back and pay the staff. Otherwise, there was no way we're going to, because it was zero growth at government level. It was a directive and nobody can do anything. But Trust Bank came to our rescue. So we can say thank you, Trust Bank, again. I can say 70% of all the complicated cases you are receiving, which were coming from LRR, will no longer come to this hospital. And I think we thank the government and recognize the importance of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, attached to the health sector, because without his visionary leadership and guidance, that would not have happened. It was a one-off case. Summer was, over how many years? 20 years. Summer was supplying very difficult last-minute cases. And 90% of these cases were not also coming from the Gambia. They are coming from the Casamas region of it. And I think we have to make a slide to show how much burden we are receiving from the other regions and from the other countries. That will show how much the country is coping with these difficulties. So I think that's just to give you the assurance. Next time we have a presentation, we see an improvement in the data. For me, AFPRC General Hospital is the baby of the President, and therefore it's my baby. Yes, I've served here for 5 years as CEO. I've seen a lot of improvement, and then there's more that we can do together. But we have to single out Trust Bank's contribution. I remember even before I became a DPS, become the Minister of Health, I was DPS technical, or DPS general, I would say. The budget was $100,000. We came with the former minister on the tour, but what we wanted to do was almost $180,000 to $200,000. There and then I called the MD, I called Dudu, and just say, right, and it's going to be approved. So you can see the flexibility. This is not money that they are taking home. It's just plowing back. Whatever you give to them is plowed back to this hospital. So it was not a mistake for me giving a directive in 5 years that the only bank I'm interested to deal with was Trust Bank. I did it for a reason, and now I think I'm being vindicated. So I think we should thank Trust Bank, and we'll continue to thank Trust Bank, because this is not the only hospital they are intervening. Of recent, you see the inauguration of the road in millions between the sanatorium. Go to the sanatorium now. It's far better than more private hospitals in this country, thanks to Trust Bank. Go to Liman Street Clinic. Go to the support. The community doctors program, which he mentioned, was pioneered by Fidel Castro and championed by the President of the Republic of this country. We had some issues. Within 24 hours, Trust Bank came and resolved those issues. So we say thank you to Trust Bank. You see, I will just conclude by just once again thank everybody for coming. And this is our country, this is our hospital. And then we have to show, I will challenge everybody to show solidarity to the President by giving back to him what he gave us. We cannot pay him. This magnificent hospital, the services is rendering, free maternal services. How many lives are we saving? I mean, what else do we expect from the President? If I know it, I'll go and convey it. So, but the only thing he wants from you is for you guys to be loyal and to be good citizens. That's all what he wants. There's a lot coming. There's a lot coming, but we want everybody to be very loyal to the President and the country. And together, we'll be number one. What they say in Japan is correct. I studied in Japan. I did my hospital management health service administration fellowship in Japan. They call that DINGS, double income, no kid. If you don't have a kid at childbearing age, you have double income. That's why they call it DINGS. Yes. No people. But now you say the elderly, they are not dying because they are on life-saving machines because of the insurance. So who is going to pay for this insurance now? So now it's now hitting back. Thank God the President have his own ideas regarding to family planning especially, and the reproductive health. And you are lucky here in Farafenye. Our champion for reproductive health in this country is your CEO. So I think try and reap a lot from him before he moves away. Yeah. Because if I'm fed up, I'll move him. On that note, I thank you all for your attention.